Hi guys, Seamus here, back again with another big kit. USS Iowa BB-61. I have got the USS Missouri ordered, but I'm not being for a month or so. The same scale. The Titanic in this scale now is due in late next week or a week after, again from Trumpeter. So this is the 1/200 scale. Got it about 4 years ago roughly. I don't think I've ever done an unboxing on it. So I'm going to have a wee look at the box and let's see what's inside the box. Before you ask Charlie Mac, we all know it's plastic, resin, and maybe metal and brass in it. So there you go. Heads up for you, Charlie. Alright guys, bear with me here and we'll crack a box open and we'll see what it's all about. So here you go guys. One piece hull. Very old kit. Take it out in a second, plus you get all your goodies and the rest of those boxes all packed away. So I'll let down flat here, reposition the camera, and we'll take it from there. Go back in a second. Sorry guys, bit of a blur here, but I'll change the camera about in a second. I said one piece hole, it's well packed. Trying to make a bit of room. Suppose you could actually turn this into an RC, but I don't think I'll go down that road, to be honest. So it's up big and I can't get all in the camera. Sorry guys, I know the glare is a bit crazy on it. Now the front, the bow of the ship itself is in the box with it. Two halves. There's one half and the other half's in there somewhere. Parts of the superstructure. We'll get these all out of the packing in just a second. More superstructure. Nice detail on it, the doors and windows and so forth, portholes. And then the rest of the kit is gonna. There's plenty of boxes anyway. There's what, 1, 2, 3, and then another big box. I imagine that is all the decks and so forth. So again, I won't change the camera up here and we'll have each look. We'll have a look at each box and see what's in them. So back in a second. Right guys, this is box A. You have box B and box C. And then another box, box D. Alright, not in this. Loads. You can't get an awful lot of aftermarket parts for this. Mix of wooden decks and so forth, brass propellers and resin parts and so forth. And this goes on. P for rails and stuff. You do get P, there's about 6 P frets with it. That's your stand obviously. 1944. That take off, or what the hell gets that means. US Iowa. That out of what's causing a bit of. See if I can tone this whiteness down. Hold on guys. See what better is it? Not too dark. Right. Parts of our bridge and our rudders, I think they are, maybe. And not rudders, sorry, parts of the propellers that go on the housing. Look like it anyhow. So we'll get the bags open. Now guys, this might take a wee while, this video, so just let the cover on it. I just can't run through it quick and quick. Well, I'll do my best to keep it short. We're sitting for 5 minutes already. I mean, get the first box open yet. We're a wee way down the road before I get around to get this built. I want to get these built and get them to the sons. 2 sons, Nathan and Tiernan. So they'll get this and the Bismarck which is about 90% finished, same scale. I don't know when this was tooled, but I don't think it was very long ago. Well, it's nice and crisp, no flesh on it anywhere, from what I can see. So again, it's just not part of the stand. Then we'll have all our wee auxiliary bits and pieces. I don't even know what they'd be. Gun batteries probably, I don't know. Hatches of some sort. Again, nice and crisp. No flesh on them anywhere, I can see. I just hope you're picking this up okay. They probably be better doing with a black background instead of this green mat. Funnel, parts of the bridge now we're coming up to it, I think these are. The book in this is right and thick, it's almost like a manual. I think I need a new blade in it too. Should have these all over the box, tagging also. Now, I'd say they're parts of the bridge. Some more tacking engraved into the plastic there. I imagine that's one of the funnels. Yeah. More tacking. Imagine that's around the bridge itself, those pieces. I don't have to score about this. We'll find out when it comes out. Come to building it, that is. Right, we'll put a new blade in it there. It should make a bit of a difference. Oh yes. This is a double sprue. Just make sure there's no parts broken off in the bags. Looks like a wee boat, part of a boat of some sort. There's the other part of that, yeah. And it's moulded in one piece too. Got two halves, which is good to see. Some extensions. Imagine there's some of the davits for on the boat and so forth. Look like wee wipers for the bridge. Anyway, these guys are picking them up just here. Could be wrong, could be for something else. 5 by 10 parts there, as you can see. That's exactly the same, that one. Next one. Parts of the structure itself. Again, nice and crisp, nice detail in that, portholes, the hatches and so forth, engraved letters onto the sides, but I imagine the PE is going to cover those. We'll see them when I come to it. And the last one of this box is the main funnel. It looks like, we'll get this bag in it. Yeah, I think that's the main funnel. Really impressed with the details in this. Very, very crisp. Right down to the hatches, the grills on the hatches and so forth. Ventilation. It's nice. So that's box A. So what box B out here? So bear with me. Right, part B. Box B starts off with all the photo-etch. So it's double-sided, if you know what I mean. Stuff there. So you've got all the railings and letters and so forth. Same for the opposite side. A lot of smaller hatches. That's just a bigger set of railings. I'll probably go around the main parts of the ship itself, around the bow and the stern and so forth. Get a couple of tassels with it, the arrow, sorry, and stars and stripes. Grills of some sort, more ladders to get it up and down to the decks, and a bit of chain. I guess the one's just the same, something very similar. Double, yep. More ladders and so forth, more grills. Wheels of some sort, maybe opening and closing valves, whatever. Ladders again. As I said earlier, most all these wee ladders are going to replace the ones that's engraved onto the ship itself. So they'll have to be shaved off before you put those on. And then more. See if that's it. So that's all the PE that came with it, which is enough. But you can't get, as I say, the super duper kits, which involves a lot of PE, which could range up to 200 and 300 quid. Crazy money. Again, I'm just going to replace these here with the brass. These are cheap enough, so I'll just replace the anchors and the props with brass when it comes to it. You do get a bit of steel in it there, I imagine there for the prop shafts, the propellers. Gear parts. You get two planes. Seaplanes are actually molded in clear. Move the pontoons, the propeller. Look nice. They have a nice one all painted up. So we get two of them. So we'll put them back. Sorry, on. Only two. So we'll put them back in the bag, keep them safe. Down out of the road. Next one is another double sprue life rafts, dinghies, or whatever you want to call them. Start out the guns. So I want to see if I can zoom in a bit better here. Right, some of the guns up the top are, and the wee dinghies, life rafts, sorry. Heavier guns, anti-aircraft guns, I think they are maybe. That's just a double. I showed you that. Next one is another double sprue. Basically the same ones again. The ones I showed you, so there's no point in showing them again. Next one is some of the superstructure, the bridge and so forth, masks, other bits and bobs. Again, no flash, nice and clean. Always good to see. Starts with the cranes now for the lifting in the planes. And the rows back that ship. Parts for the prop shelves here. I don't know what those smaller guns are. Or sorry, I don't know what they are. They're not guns, sorry. No doubt we'll find out through the instructions anyhow. Again, more dinghies here and more heavy guns, anti-aircraft guns and so forth. Again, I think this is just a double. Yep, that's just a double. There's plenty of those doubles. There's an orange double. Basically all the same, so there's about 6 of those. Starting to get the, is that casings for the guns, I think? Yeah, it is. And the aircraft ones, housing. Don't know what is in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 10 smaller guns. And then our last sprue again is going to be an R double, of what I showed you before. All the dinghies and the anti-aircraft guns and so forth. The same one. So that is box B done. So we'll get box C here, right here. Right, so box C contains a lot of smaller parts and the bigger guns, main guns. plus the two halves of the bow, which are glued together like so. And then I think there's screws as well for it. And you've got to do some seam work. Then they're in the, it meets up the rest of the hole. Just the front here. And there's the two parts for the screws outside. So as you can see, it's quite big. And again, no nasty sinkholes on it anywhere I can see. And there's a bit of a seam line along the bottom here. But that there not belong getting flattened out. A bit of paper along here as well. For the cut-off points from the mould in the factory. Right. So two packets of these. I don't know what these are just yet. That's actually come off a sprue. They're just parts of the superstructure, I imagine. So there's two packets out. There's no point showing you that there's a dark. Next one is parts of the superstructure. Parts of, you can see the decking on this maybe. The light catches it maybe. It is there, but you can hear it. When I come to building this, I am going to replace the decking with the wood, the peel and stick sort of thing. A bit more realistic looking rather than trying to paint those up. Don't know what they are. They look like settling tanks. I don't think they're shells. They look like shells anyhow. Again, they're all doubles. There's no point in showing you the same thing. Spotlights there. Yep, you can actually put, I've been putting the SMDs into the spotlights obviously. Searchlights, whatever you want to call them. The nice big centerpiece when it's finally built. It's going to take me a while building this one. Again, double of a last sprue, spotlights and so forth. No guns on this, don't think. No. Again, same one, no point showing it. Now we're coming into the big boys, big guns. Your barrels, you can replace these barrels with steel. These ones are actually hollowed out. On this one you can see them out. Again, might replace them with the steel or just see how they paint up. The base of the turret. What's up with the blast bags? Yeah, blast bags. You can replace those two with resin. Same gun, so there's no point in showing you. And again, same one again. So many is on that? 3, 4, 3 in it. 3. And then parts of the smaller funnels. Again, nicely detailed with vents and all around it, hatches and pipes and so forth. No flags anywhere I can see so far. I think it's just a double. No, it's not. Some masks here. Some more those like wee tanks. You can just about see them here. Where just where my wee finger is. So that's all it's in box C. So we'll get box D out here. So we'll have box D. So parts box D holds the stern and the bow section of the decks. Again, really nice details on this. It'll look really, really well when you get the decks done with the peel and stick sort of thing. They all have to be broke away obviously. What year does it say it was made? It doesn't say, it's just Iowa class. That's all it says on it. That's the bow section, and then the stern. 2 pockets here for the guns. There's a really nice detail in around the wee hatches and so forth. They'll have to be cleaned up obviously for the guns to turn. No date stamped on it anywhere. I haven't even checked this with Scalemates, so I don't know what year it was released. It might have been 2014. I don't know, I can't remember. So that's box D. There's a couple of wee bits here to show you, just bear with me. Right guys, I've said another 10 minutes and I'll wrap this video up. Maybe less. What parts of the superstructure? It's all nice and neat. All the way around, no major gaps anywhere you can see. Nice and tight all the way around. And then we've got our parts for the anti-aircraft guns and your main guns here. And your bridge and so forth. And parts of the main superstructure. Instructions are the last thing to have a look at here. They do have other ones that this is Missouri, which is say in that due to the way next month, maybe a month after, it depends on the shipping. It's come from Germany. So with this conflict going on, I could hold it up, I don't know. So 2014, yeah, I was right. I got this, so it's stated on the flyer it came with it. It's just some of the detailed parts you can buy for the aftermarket. You can see there, like the radar domes and so forth, the shields for the anti-aircraft guns, letters and other bits and bobs. But that can be quite expensive. So there's another 6 sprues are on top of what's in the box came with the box. Dreadnought, I think that is. Yeah, that there is 1917 Russian Navy battleship. Well, nobody's paying attention to Russian at the moment, so leave that to one side. Colour out. There's your 2 seaplanes. And there's the colours you need. Mr. Hobby, Valero, Master Model Master, sorry, Tamiya and Homebrew. I never use Homebrew. Occasional Mr. Hobby. I'm more than I heading towards Valero paints. I'm starting to drift away from Tamiya. But the main decker is done, what colour would that be? Dark sea grey. It's only listed under Mr. Hobby. Valero doesn't have it. Master doesn't have it. And Tamiya doesn't have it, neither does Homebrew. So the only way you're going to get it is through Mr. Hobby. Our last part of this unboxing is the main instructions. It's like 56 pages long, or sorry, 56 steps, 57, sorry to be right, but there's 44 pages. So again, we'll just get a quick glance through all these pages here. This camera doesn't blur out with the whiteness. So what you get is this showed you our USS past 20 minutes. There's all your photo-etch down there at the corner, highlighted in bold. There's the main hull, as I said there. You had to add this, the bow section to the part of the hull, the rest of the hull, sorry. Your reinforcements for the decks to be held up. And then our 2-piece lower, or sorry, 2-piece bow and stern section for the decking. Then move on to our props and so forth, but I think they'll probably leave them off till way towards the end of the build. Because no doubt they'll probably get broke off and you have it in the jig when you're building to it. Starts with the PE for the cranes for the so forth for the lifting the planes into the water. That'll try and keep us in camera, sorry guys. Bring us up a bit. Can maybe do a bit focused. Let's see. Too much. There you go. So there's a lot of building involved in this. I don't know how many sprues was in there. I didn't count them, to be honest. I would say it's going to be a well over a year building this anyway. I've seen other guys build it on the channels, different channels, which I'm not really subscribed to, but some of their builds are unbelievable. Some of these guys really go to town on these bigger scales. And they enjoy building the bigger scales. There's so much you can do to them, but it's very seldom that I get around to building them. I think the last big one I actually still working on from time to time is the Bismarck, the 200 scale Bismarck. That was one of those ones you buy weekly. That was spaced over 3 years. I think it came out about 900 quid or something like that. £900, British pounds. That's the start of all your photo-etch, like the wee doors and so hatches, sorry, your grills and whatever else. So guys, just glance through these here instructions. So we study our lifeboats, rabbits, or whatever you want to call them, Twinkies. You can gradually see the superstructure come to life and all the bits and bobs that goes on to it. So we'll probably be next year before I get around to this, because I have a big build coming up on the winter build. I'd say that the Queen Mary, or I keep putting it off, is the World War II diorama. I have all the stuff in Fred, all my figures and whatever else I needed. I just have to get motivated to start it. It's a big build, so it'll be next year before I get this one up and going, probably. It's only some job trying to paint this one. So you're only doing an awful lot of paint. I would say probably go through the spray cons rather than the pots of the Valero, because you could do an awful lot quick. So I would say the biggest majority is going to be done by spray con. Step 45 here, we'll have the main superstructure going to be attached to the decks. This one here. I don't think there's any rigging on this. I don't think so. I haven't seen any so far. They didn't give you any thread or anything in the boxes. Didn't see any. More PE work for the likes of getting on board and so forth. Then we'll have our big guns here. Again, more PE work for the main guns, ladders and so forth. Maybe life rafts on the sides, and then the smaller anti-aircraft guns with PE ladders and so forth. Imagine these tilt up and down, the guns. I would imagine they don't actually glue those in place. And again, we're still working on the main guns here. Nicely detailed from what I can see in the instructions and what I see on the plastic itself. And then step 56 is really adding our main big reel in there, which is on a couple of different sprues. The photo-etch reel all the way along. And then our main sign. I have seen the signs on eBay and Amazon and so forth. They're done brass, so that will be replaced with one of those. And then we'll get ourselves a nice plinth for it to want to. And no doubt I'll have to go into a case to keep it dust free. So what's the instructions done under the road? So here you go guys, here's our unboxing done from the USS BB-61 from Trumpeter. So thanks for watching, I'll speak to you all later. Bye.